right there. Yeah, you. What is good, you guys? It's your boy Randy Anderson. What I'm here to let you guys know is before this episode starts and or after this episode ends, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, let a friend know about the show. And also, in the link in the description below, there will be a link tree there. It'll let you know where my Instagram is, my Facebook pages are. So make sure you go ahead and hit the follow on those too. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna let anybody know in the show that they wrong or they right, or you want to give your opinion, just hit it in the comments. Let us know what's up. Let us know you like the show. Let us know you dislike the show. Let us know you dislike me. It's fine. And if you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, any of the DSPs, make sure you leave a 5-star review. Make sure you leave a comment. It helps me a lot. Thank you. Let's get to the show, man. Peace.
We live now. All right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to another show. Welcome to Word on the Ave. We in the building. Got some shit to talk about. Got some serious stuff to I don't want to say. We got some stuff to break down in the news. I see the title. Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Go ahead, Lauren.
Good evening. Hello. Hola.
¿Cómo está? ¿Y tú? What's good, everybody? It's your boy Randy Anderson here with another episode of Word on the Ave, man. It's good. Let's get it started.
So, hold on, let me get all this shit up, man. All right, man. So, we got Ice Cube, man. Y'all see what it is, man. Y'all see Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ice Cube, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Ice Cube, man. One of the legends.
NWA original. He's been up in the news. Y'all see us. He's got the contract with Black America.
Shout out to that. Shout out to also Chris Broussard and all the other 25. I think it's 25.
You give me fuck them niggas. Randy trying to give niggas shout outs.
They were all in part of that helping put that bill together. That's the only reason why I'm saying
that. Okay. We'll give him a little shout out. Randy just giving out shout outs. Fuck them niggas. So yeah, man, the contract with Black America, man. So it's put together. It's supposed to be kind of like a reparations plan because of what we've been talking about, how Black people have been excluded from what's he say? It really been the only group that hasn't really received anything, hasn't really received any reparation or anything to that extent. I mean, the whole time they've been here in America. I mean, shit, Indians didn't receive something as far as groups dealing with America and dealing with pain and things like that. Like every group has received some sort of package and some sort of some capacity. Black people haven't gotten that at all. Now what we've gotten is packages, but something that's for everybody. People of color, but nothing specifically. Ice Cube wants to close the racial wealth gap. So he has a plan. I haven't really looked at every single piece. I've seen little pieces, but I haven't really had a chance to sit down and really view the plan in its entirety. But so we'll get to a point where we, I can take a look at it. But what I want to talk about is, that's not the crux of our issue of what we want to talk about. Ice Cube's been on many different programs, discussing everything. He's been on, CNN, Chris Como. What else? He's been on a few things. He spoke with Tone Talks which I
Tony
love.
talks in
Antonio Moore. I've spoken
yeah.
about Antonio Moore. I love what he's doing. You know, I'm with the ADOS movement. Even though I'm not 100%, I'm on board with the sentiment and what they're trying to do, the pushing of it. I don't think it's entirely possible, but I still love what they're doing, and I definitely support, Tone Talks. I support that movement. What else? So he's spoken with Claude Anderson, which is a good thing. So he's been speaking with people who are well educated on these different issues, the guys that the politicians won't even talk to when it comes to these things. They're gonna go to a guy like Ice Cube. Not say like Ice Cube, but like I said, it's normally always entertainers and sports figures. But we'll get into that, as far as the reaching out part. So
you want to give some of the details?
Huh?
You want me to give some of the details?
Would that actually be contained within the?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Contained within the contract?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me pull this up right quick. Let's see here. Here's what we got. We'll give you some of the bullet points. So we have 3 million new jobs for the Black community, 500,000 new Black businesses, access to $500 billion in capital, safe urban neighborhoods with high policing standards, better education, job training, money for the churches to compete for federal resources, better health care to address disparities in health care, immigration policy to protect jobs. Not sure what that has to do with Black people, but okay. Advanced home ownership opportunities and financial literacy in our community, and onshoring manufacturing for advanced jobs. I don't know what that has to do with Black people either, but that's okay. So those are kind of the big bullet points.
So let's go, man. Let's go through the okay, because I heard a couple of them. I heard the $500 billion plan, I may be saying it wrong, but how many new jobs?
New jobs, 3 million.
Yeah.
3 million new jobs for the Black community. I don't know if that means in our communities or just Black people. I'm not sure what that implies.
Yeah.
So Black community.
What do you think about? What you think about that?
I mean, all this is bullshit.
I'm not going to dismiss it as bullshit because that's where.
All right, okay.
Because the only reason why is because that's where Black people are, as far as, and I'm not saying Black people, we're not some monolith, but you talk to you talk to a large amount, and just the overall census when you hear them speak. Like I said, there's levels to different education. So that's where a lot of them are at. That's where I was at one point. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say.
Here's what I hear. Here's what I hear from that shit. I'm gonna tell you what I hear.
What?
We're just gonna give you more opportunities. That's what I hear. What you do with it is up to you, but we're gonna give you more opportunities. That's what I.
Even how the opportunities get present are available. I mean, we have those opportunities right now. We just don't. We're not taking advantage of it.
We don't
and
know
it's
how
like
to take advantage
like
of
I've
it.
said over and over again, it's we tend to not we tend to go against those opportunities because we fall into listening to what goes on in mainstream media, emotionalism and different shit like that. Case in point, and y'all probably saw this. I think a couple people commented on that, but they held the same sentiment. Was the whole situation with 50 Cent recently. 50 Cent put out a post. 50's hilarious. 50's hilarious online.
Vote, vote for Trump. Vote for Trump. We don't give a shit.
Yeah. And he's got every right. You know what I'm saying? He's got every right to do that. If he wants to vote for Trump, I'm not gonna play this morality game. I don't. They're all politicians are liars. I have enough evidence. It's not me spitting conjecture like 90% of the people who delve into politics and even talk about it do. Like I have enough evidence to show that both sides are corrupt. They're dealing with the same people. It's like Lawrence always said, if y'all people follow the show, always follow the money. Always follow the money, the people that you're dealing with. But, everybody's, all playing into this, like I say, this heel face game. Good guy, good cop, bad cop. They're playing into that little game. So, anytime, somebody says, they want to, I'm going to go with Trump. Well, they're a bad guy. You're supporting this and he racist, this and that. And, so that makes you a bad guy. But, people could very easily look at y'all. Me personally, I could look at everybody who's voting for Biden and call you the same and say you're on the wrong side of history. Just like I can look at both sides from Trump and Biden. But I know that's not where your hearts are at. I know a lot of people are in it just for their own personal gain, which is nothing. There's no moral indictment on them or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You're in it. Politics is a quid pro quo. People are in it from personal gain. A lot of the personal gain, a lot of the things that they see is, they only understand things up to how much they're educated on these certain things. So everybody got on 50 Cent and 50 Cent because 50 Cent had a problem with his tax laws. And of course, y'all saw the tax laws. I think California is like 62%. Some states like 58%, 60. I think it's 62 in New York. And so you'll see some guys you'll see a person like me say, "Hey, well that's wrong. Well that's wrong," and people will come and they'll say, "Well, that doesn't apply to you. You can't." Or you can't relate to that because you're not, you're talking about the billionaires. Like those are the billionaires. They got money and this and that, this and that. But the thing is see all those taxes first of all is theft. All the tax laws are about. Y'all need to look up civil asset forfeiture. It all plays into what I've talked about when y'all need to learn about your banks, learn about your international banks, learn how they're not federal at all. They're actually privatized business that your federal government is working with. Is all they're not working with, but working under. So your federal government is working for a mafia, but it's all it's all extortion. It's all to keep your capital down so it can keep you from being able to compete with them. They can maintain power through the money system. It means that's easy. But if all it takes is just pick up a book. Don't take my word for it. Don't contend if you haven't read nothing. If you ain't learned nothing about that, then don't try to contend with me on that stuff. So that's all the tax laws are. And so when you're rooting for them to take, it doesn't just affect, I won't even say it, Jeff Bezos and the basketball players or whoever, because they can find little ways. Those employers, they can find little ways. They have nonprofit organizations that they set up that are theirs themselves. So it's basically just funneling the money back around. But those are tax write-offs. Those donation organizations and things like that. But when you start talking about the small business owners, it's small business owners that are multimillionaires.
Yep.
And y'all are you got a lot of people that are rooting for them to like, yeah, you got all that money, you should be paying your fair share. You should be paying your fair share. If they don't want to, they don't have to. And then on top of that, that affects jobs. But see, because because y'all can't look at, and y'all can get mad at how I'm talking to you. I don't give a shit. Got to keep it all the way 100 because y'all can't look at anything other than McDonald's, Walmart, those big names that get the marketing within the Super Bowl or while you're watching the football game. Why you can't see anything outside of that as business or being a job, but this or that. We don't even look at our people we know in their business and things like that. We don't even look at this as legitimate. It affects them. So how would they be able to employ people? How would they be able to employ people and be able to spread their business out and things like that? So that's just one thing where I talk about where we got stuff in place. We got stuff in place on the books. Now, because stuff is on the law books, that doesn't mean that they're going to honor it. They don't honor shit. They don't honor a damn thing that's on the law books. But that's for y'all to fight. That's why y'all got to fight but I always say we're dealing with a bunch of spoiled brats. But that's simple. We're dealing with a bunch of spoiled brats. So we don't want to sacrifice our comfortable and convenient lifestyle. So that's one way. Part of the bill that we can introduce a lot of jobs is get the government out of our pockets. What do y'all got to say to that?
I mean, I guess, what is that? Okay, so you saying that that's a way to get government out your pockets, but ain't the government saying that here's the plan we're going to introduce? Like,
the government's part of the problem.
But I'm saying though, I mean, when you say that it's already available out there and the government's presenting it, then how can the corrupt system present the plan?
Oh, they just present you with because they just present with your own money.
Mm-hmm.
They just giving it back to you, your own money, and that's if they not injecting more money into the that's if they don't got the plan just like they did with the stimulus bill to inject more money within the our society, which is, like I said, it's all going to have to be paid back, but it's all your money. I did hear Ice Cube, and I have to look deeper into it because I did hear he said he's going after bankers. I think something that would be more viable would be to sue. It has to be a lawsuit. You gotta now, even with a lawsuit, and this is why I say people should just step away from government completely. Stop dealing with them. They're not going to do you right in no capacity. Black people only think it's just them. We're all getting screwed around, and the quicker Black people understand that, they'll be okay. We can all have a more, you're still going to have damn fools. Like I said, it's not just Black people, but we have our fight, and our pain has been exploited. Our pain has been exploited and is being exploited at the moment. So you got to step away. Let me just say this, because you got to step away from government. Because because let's say you're suing them, you sue this corporation, you had a part of slavery, you had a part of Jim Crow, this and that, and you're suing the corporation. Well, how the hell do you know where the money is coming from? Like I said, they can print off money. Which is going to be bad for us in the long run. Or, like I said, through taxes. Nobody knows. They have all type of arbitrary tax bills. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and tax itself is illegal. So they can tell you where it's coming from. They tell you, hey, we took it from and we're deducting this and that. But how are you to even know that? So you can't trust these guys. What were you about to say, Lauren?
No, I'm just going to say.
What you eating on, man? Let me get some of that, man.
No, sure. You want some of this soup, baby?
I ain't had no dinner, man. Starving over here, man. I need my stimulus package.
Yeah, I'm not getting that to after the presidency in November.
So, but let's dive into the plan now. I mean, we everybody want to know what we think about the plan, the platinum plan, platinum, baby. Not silver, not gold, it's platinum.
Trump's plan is the platinum plan. His is the contract with the CWBA, the contract with Black Americans.
That's Ice Cube's plan.
Yeah,
but it don't. But I get that. But what I'm saying, see, this is part of. I'm not gonna say part of my problems. I don't really have a problem with him presenting any type of plan. But as this shit got exploited, like ain't nobody calling it the CWBA or CWBP. Like they calling it the platinum plan. This shit getting ready to get hijacked now.
I mean,
it's getting ready to get hijacked. Now I understand what people saying, like, you know, because I ain't even listened to the people that's talking about, oh my God, I can't believe that he sat down and talked to Donald Trump. Well, he wanted to talk to Joe Biden, but they said, we'll talk to you after the election.
Okay, cool.
Is what they said. We'll holler at you after the election, you know. So he was like, hey man, somebody gave me a meeting. So just like anybody else that's operating on a professional level, you call and you try to get meetings. And whoever gives you a meeting,
you meet with that
pitch
person.
your plan and you do your thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, kudos, well, at least the administrations, because he wasn't ever gonna talk to Trump or Biden anyway. But that's neither here nor there. So I mean, kudos to the Republicans for saying, hey, yeah, you know, go holler at this person in the administration and pitch a plan, and we'll listen to you. But that's all it was. You know, it was an opportunity. He pitched it. You know, and of course it's getting hijacked. Like I said, it's getting hijacked, man.
I mean, the platinum plan was they came out with the platinum plan before before he had any contact with Ice Cube. Allegedly, that's what they say. So,
Mark Edwards, what's good, Mark? What's happening?
Nobody believes that bullshit.
Mark asked, I may have missed it, but do y'all think he was cooling, as they say, or do you think it was needed? Nah, that's not, man. All these Negroes out here talking about he's cooling, they usually the ones that doing the main cooning. And that's mainly those guys who are sucking off the left. You know, women and guys sucking off the left. You know, no matter whatever they say. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna parrot anything that's getting said, and you know, media is mostly liberal. Man. So they're gonna parrot everything that they effing say. And I gotta say something about that. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and say it right now. I heard y'all know who William Cooper is, man. He was talking about this, man. He was talking about how it's human nature for us to always swing the pendulum left and right, left, right. You know, we want one thing and then we'll go to another. It may be shorts, you know, we may want shorts, then we'll go, you know, get conservative or something, short skirts or something, and then get conservative, you know, and then, or whatever, and then we'll go back. No, that's the truth. Think about it, how everything was. Hey, think about, Lauren. Everything before was, you know.
No. I know. I get fashion trends. I know what you're talking about. I'm just playing.
Talking about fashion.
I'm just playing.
Fashion. See cats are wearing shorts again. I seen NBA players out there wearing the John Stockton shorts and stuff, man. Like it's
but they be wearing leggings though, man.
Nah, man, I see cats out here just be walking around with some short shorts.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Damn, nobody going for that. Nobody was going for that, but that's just how people go. People get tired of one thing, but so it's the same thing politically. We keep going left to right, playing the left-right dichotomy. And what Bill Cooper said is we're gonna, and I've alluded to this, but I've never said it like this, but I've said it multiple times, said it like this, is we're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep pushing it. And this is him back in 1999. He said to the point where it's gonna start to go left. It's gonna go radically left. Matter of fact, it was already headed radically left, and it's gonna be so left that it's going to shift with the same momentum that it's going to shift with that old momentum. Like just like a pendulum. The further that is, the harder it's going to shift to the other side.
That's true.
It's going to be so damn left that it's going to shift to being so damn right. And he said, I don't even want to be alive for that time when that time comes, which is the truth. You see a lot of people now, and that's exactly where we're headed, because people aren't using their brains, and it's just that whole left wing thinking. Both sides are screwed up. Both sides have. They act like they're for your rights, but they'll violate you in different. They want to fight for some of your rights, but they'll violate other parts. But the sides that they fight for, it basically duels. You know what I'm saying? They duel against each other. So you'll be picking one side, and then the other side picking the other, instead of, hey, no, all of these are our rights and ours to be protected, and you can't touch none of that. But the right side, just like you see a lot of them talking about, just both of them have ways that they advocate for authoritarianism, but a lot of that right wing talking points, they, like I said, the back, the blue, and they advocate for that. You know what I'm saying? More police, more military, you know what I'm saying? Be able to send them through your streets, just like we saw after Minnesota and things like that. So it's just it's something to think about. But no, back to what you were saying, Mark. I don't want to get too sidetracked. No, it's not cooning. The conversation has to be had. The conversation has to be had. And Ice Cube he's eloquently made it clear, like he don't care about all that other stuff, and Trump did this and Trump did this and that. See,
but how do we protect the narrative though? How do we protect the narrative? They've already changed the name of the plan. They've already done that. Ain't nobody calling it what Ice Cube designed it to be. They're calling it the plan.
How to protect the narrative?
So how do we protect the narrative? Yeah.
Oh, well, use your brains. Because Ice Cube's still calling it what he wants to call it, but you got people sitting up there in the media. They're gonna, like I said, they put it with. They'll say, "Oh, it's Trump's platinum brand, and Ice Cube is working with Trump, and he's, what I'm saying, and I saw somebody sitting up there talking about, Ice Cube's friends with somebody in the big three, and they're linked to somebody who's in Trump's cabinet and stuff like that. So Ice Cube has something to gain, and all this stuff. Like, just all you got to do is use your brain. See, it gets to a point where people.
So let's talk about the plan, though. Let's talk about the plan then. Pick one. Pick a bullet point that I said earlier. Let's talk about it.
Oh well, we talked about just the plan itself. Like I said, the jobs. You have the opportunity to fight for that. You have the opportunity to fight for that now. But won't nobody, like I said, won't nobody stand up to what's in the laws right now? It is illegal. People will only parrot what they're being hearing on television. Nobody's picking up a book. Nobody, nobody's picking up a book. Even if you're leading them to the information, they're still it's like, oh, okay. And then they'll go back to the same damn thing. But you have everything right there. You have everything. You're going to have to fight for your freedom. Ain't going to be, there's not going to be I'm not going to call this a handout, but the government ain't about to give you a damn thing, especially for free. Now, like I said, I love what they're fighting for, but yeah, as far as jobs, the opportunities and things like that, we're going to have to create the opportunities for ourselves. Another thing, if you're looking to get in a contract, what did I say about getting into contracts with the government? Y'all remember what I said about that?
No.
You get into a contract with the government. Now you have to play by their rules, right? If they sit up there and say, hey, I want you to shut down your economy, shut down your business. Let's say that those over there in Atlanta, those guys, let's say they had got a loan. See, they did good because they put the money together. They got their money. As far as I know, I don't know any behind the scenes, but as far as I know, they got the money together, the 19 families, and they came up with a city. You know what I'm saying? Now they should be able to govern their city by law, like I said, but you can't expect the government to You can't expect the government to go on their word. They're conniving, evil ass people. So you got to be ready. You got to be ready for World War. You got to be ready to die on your hill. Just that simple. No sugarcoating. You got to be ready to die on that hill. But let's say they accept. Let's say they accept funding. Now you got to agree to the terms of that funding, and it should be that way. Just like I have a problem with mandates and putting mass mandates on businesses. They don't have the right. That's against the law. It's illegal. It's domestic terrorism. No matter, there's no sugarcoating it. It may sound like, oh, that's an extreme label or something. Not. We have to call it exactly what it is. That is domestic terrorism, especially when you're, and then you threaten a fine or to imprison somebody. And, so it's with the threat of a gun. It's domestic terrorism if these businesses are not listening. But at the same time, let's say these businesses are receiving funding. So, and just like Trump said, there's a lot of people who are agreeing with Trump. Senators of different states, they agree with them because they want that funding. Remember, Trump was sitting up there talking about, oh, if they don't do this and that, I'm gonna cut funding. I'm gonna cut funding to that city. So so those are just things that you got.
I need my money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So those are things that you got to take into account when you're talking about sitting down with the quote unquote government, because like I said, the real government, or all you got to do is look in the mirror. All you got to do is look in the mirror.
So do you support the plan?
I don't support the plan, but I support the effort. I support the effort. Matter of fact, no.
What don't you support about the plan?
Weird. It's weird when you say support. I won't. Yeah, man.
Do you think it's a good plan?
I support it. It's not the right way to go, but
So you think it's a good plan?
Do I think it's a good plan? No, I don't. I don't think.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's a good plan.
You don't think it's so? Why you? Then how the hell you support it if it ain't a good plan?
Because I understand where. No,
it could go. Where
yeah.
No, I understand where we're at. I understand where we're trying to fight. Trying to fight for. It's weird. It's a weird dichotomy. Yeah, I really don't support the plan. I don't support the plan, but like I said, I'll put it like this. I support Ice Cube. I want him to win. I hope he gets whatever he wants. I guess I could say, yeah, I don't support the plan because I won't, I'm not gonna. But I want Ice Cube to win, man. I want him to get whatever he's looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Fix it right now. Fix the plan. Fix it right now. What would you take out? What would you put in?
Oh, what would I take out? Like I said, take out government. Take out even getting the fucking plan from the government. We don't need no plan from you guys.
No. I'm talking about the Cube. That's what Cube said. Cube ain't denied any of the stuff that's come out in the public. The only thing he's denied is that he's working with Trump and Trump only. He hasn't denied any of the details that they presented to him from the standpoint of the plan. So I'm saying that if you don't support the plan, what in the plan that I spelled out would you take out and what would you put in its place?
I told you I wouldn't do nothing in the plan. Me personally, I wouldn't do nothing in the plan. I wouldn't have nothing to do with that plan. I don't listen. I do not deal with government. Nothing to do with this government at all when it comes to something like that. Now, with the plan when it comes to the money and things like that, there's nothing I support in it. Now, if Cube wants that, that's fine. I hope, like I said, I hope he gets what he wants. I hope he receives the funding and different things like that and makes it happen. Me personally, I want nothing to do with it because, like I said, it's government. It's government. It's a government plan. And
so
talking about money just like I said, money doesn't just come out of nowhere. Like I said, if anything, and like I said, I haven't looked at the plan. I haven't looked at everything in the plan. I've seen some of the stuff that come out in the media and different things like that. But it should be focused on if anything, it should be focused on a lawsuit. It should be focused on a lawsuit. Not no,
And they supposed to. So you saying they should be suing the government?
Yeah, they should be suing. Yeah, it should be a lawsuit, and it has to be. It's got to come out directly out of somebody's pockets. It's not no printing, no money. But like I said, you can't even expect the government to do that. You can't expect them to do the right thing. What they're gonna do is they're gonna get some more. They're gonna lend some. They're gonna borrow some more money from the lenders, from the banks, and put some more. Like I said, put us in more debt. And it's gonna be bad for everybody. Bad for everybody within the long run. Everything is built on self-sufficiency and trying to find self-sufficiency because I'm not self-sufficient. I haven't figured it out, but trying to find
what? So you saying you would take government out this plan, right?
Government's got to get sued. It's got to be a lawsuit.
But let's talk about the plan though. You saying the only thing you would take out is government, or are you saying this whole plan is trash? Let's say Cube said no government. Cube said that we need to create 500. We need to create half a million jobs for Black people. We ain't talking about that. I'm just telling the people we need to create 500,000 jobs for Black people. Do you support that?
Yeah. And so there's different ways because how do you create jobs? There's got to be a job that's there. How would that look like? And maybe I'm missing something, but how would that look like? How would that look like into a plan? Like, are they going to come to meet Corey Gilmore and say, hey, we got a plant that we just built, Corey, and we want you to be the CEO of that plant. And then so go find you 50 Black folks and go get them employed. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna work? Like, how does that even work?
Doing that shit.
If anything, we gotta have the jobs, a lot of the jobs are being sent overseas. That's one of the things that people, like I said, I don't endorse Trump.
I work for a manufacturing plant, man. I know we got some jobs.
But you work for one. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many people, but there's millions of people in the country. We need more. A lot of those jobs have went overseas, right? A lot of jobs, all type of different jobs. Just even doing customer service. You sitting there picking up the phone and you hearing, stop. But you hearing him on the other end, man. That's a job that could be over here. That's the job that could be over here, man. And a lot of that, like I said, a lot of that plays into the like I said, Hegelian dialect is creating a problem of having a solution, having the backlash to the problem and then presenting the solution. So when you having the salt that's been upon the black family, that's just another aspect of the Hegelian dialect. Because now, you're having less people filling up their jobs. You had a lot of, when you're having single homes, so a lot of them are turning, a lot of youngins are turning to the streets. A lot of those jobs aren't getting filled up. And there's all type, and that's not just that's just one of many just different barriers. I'm not even gonna say that's even the overarching issue, but it's just so many different things that have to. It's on us to create jobs. It's on us to create jobs. We know people who have businesses. Hell, Lauren, your sister's got a business. It's on the business owners. I know they talk about. I see your brother. He's got fashion. He's got the fashion thing going too. It's on the business owners to create those jobs and create a way to where they can create an opportunity to hire more people. But it's going to be harder for them if they're getting $1 million because, hopefully, and we want them to be able to get to their $1 million, hopefully million, billion, however much money that they need to get. But instead of their government coming in talking about we're going to take 62% of that, how they going, that y'all know how much money it goes into payroll? All you got to do is Look at how many people are employed at a job, especially at your plant, at the plant or wherever. I was doing it when I was working at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I was thinking like, man, how much does it cost to pay everybody here? And, you just kind of do the math, everybody's weekly check, and then how many people in the building, and it gets that shit adds up quick.
So let me ask you this then. Let me ask you. Go ahead, Randy. No, you first. You first. Randy's first.
So, basically, what I want to say is, when you were talking about the black business owners and stuff like that, they also have to, besides the payroll, they also have to take in consideration in some markets where another race would be able to purchase something for a certain amount of a certain lower price. They would have to haggle and have to purchase it for a little bit of a higher price than somebody else. Also, you also have to take that in consideration. So the product, they have to pay a little bit extra sometimes.
Well, you're always going to deal with
like
that.
hair and like other stuff.
Well, you're always going to deal with that, and that's what I say when I talk about it. That's something that's got to get worked out. Like I said, it's no just foolproof plan. It's nothing that's just gonna be easy or overnight. But that's what I keep talking about when I say, when you keep having this split, because of ideology, race, this and that, and we can't come together, and then you have people that aren't even willing. I see so many people online, like I said, a lot of them are people who fall under quote unquote leftists. You know what I'm saying? I'm biased for it. A lot of them, they get so over emotional and they don't even want to have a conversation with the other person. The other person may have a different mindset. He may be a Trump supporter. He may even be sick. Motherfucker may even support the damn a white supremacist group, whatever. What a person supports within their own, private sector, like I said, and they can support whatever they want, as long as when it gets to the point of somebody's getting harmed, that's that. But business is business. Do any of us go to work? Do any of us getting our paycheck wondering, hey, I wonder if so-and-so is racist? If our job, when you sit up there going around and applying to these jobs and going all around, going here and there, are you wondering if the boss is racist? No, you enter in a contract, and I need my paycheck at this, just like Ice Cube. This is talking about. This is what Ice Cube is talking about. It don't matter. I'm just entering the contract. I don't care which side. I don't care which side has it. They need to honor that. And if they don't honor that, then it's a problem. That's why he said it's a contract with Black America, which is a perfect name. It's a contract.
Okay, but how did okay. So
I just want to address what Randy's saying. I just want to address what Randy's saying. But
what he said? He said he wondered
because he was talking about how the some people may pay less. Some people may pay less, different things. There's racist folks around here. A lot of racist folks that have acquired capital, but that doesn't mean there isn't a lot of people that don't have their mind in the right place. It's just it's something that we gotta be able to work out, but we won't be able to do that with division. Shit, there may be some, there's y'all can get something cheaper for me than I may offer to somebody else. That's just, that's common sense. That's common sense. You deal with the people you closer to. Hey, I was gonna sell it for $8,200, but I was gonna sell it for $8,200, but for you, Randy, I'll give it to y'all for $5,300. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Well, what type of idiot are you? No, I'm playing.
But that's reality. It could be many reasons. It could be because I can't stand other races of people. It could be just for anybody black. It could be for anybody black. But you know what? People just don't let it be known, especially by law. But if you don't let it be known, how can anybody know? How can anybody know? Work your business. It's a free market. People should be able to work the free market, whatever nepotism they may feel. That, and that falls under nepotism because, racism, like I said, the whole thing of racism and stuff like that, that definition has been marred. Is if you're doing something Racism is me doing something for my own race and at the same time taking actions to send your race into a, a free fall, economically, physically, whatever it may be. So there has to be some type of action. Other than that, it's just nepotism. You know what I'm saying? It's just nepotism. So no, we got to get over that. We got to be able to get over that. We got to get out of this emotionalism. That's that's how you get, and like I said, get more people involved. People got to start taking advantage of the opportunities that we have too, so we can ourselves become owners, and then be able to put somebody in a good position. There's a lot of buyers and sellers out here. You just got to do your lot of homework. And like I said, that doesn't say that there's barriers. Doesn't say that you as a black man may be facing those barriers. People charging you more and different stuff like that. That's a possibility. But you got to get out there and put your best foot forward and at least try, because there's a lot of people out here getting it done. Ricky Rose, he just bought 87 acres. He just bought 87 acres.
Yeah, 87 more. Yep.
What are you gonna do with it?
Probably
some lemon pepper.
Coming to America 3 in it.
Some more wing stops. 10-piece lemon pepper.
That lemon pepper.
Nah, so
right, no. Go ahead, Lauren.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I lost my train of thought. I don't even remember I was gonna ask. Nah, I'm just no. I know what I was gonna say. Okay, I do know what I was gonna say. Okay, how the hell does Ice Cube get to present a plan that's supposed to be for black people?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a great question, because what we've always seen throughout history, and these politicians, they'll always go to they'll always choose, because you can't say that there's nobody out here, and they're the only ones that have the plan and they have a platform and different things like that, because just like Marianne Williamson, remember Marianne Williamson? She seemed to find the right guys to speak to. She was on Antonio Moore speaking with guys like that and everything, and they were able to spot different things that need to be cleaned up within her plan or whatnot, but she was there to have the talk with them. She didn't go out and find Cardi B. And I hate to throw Ice Cube at this entertainer, because Ice Cube's always been intelligent. Ice Cube
is a businessman.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Oh, he's very intelligent. He's business. Yeah. So I don't even want to. It's hard to throw Ice Cube, but
he's not an entertainer though.
I mean, he's an entertainer. He's an entertainer. He's a businessman. But what I'm saying is, in the consistency of who these presidents, not presidents, but who these cabinets, who these officials, elected officials choose to usually talk to, there's usually entertainer in their catalog. It's usually always, that's always there. So that's just something, y'all already know what that is, man. Y'all already know what that is. They always gonna find a basketball player. And, hey, LeBron, well, what do you think? And, like I said, they're more than that, but like I said, there always be that connection. And so that makes, and like I said, they've always pushed that. So, young black kids looking at that, they feel like they're limited on what they feel. And we're seeing more diversity now, diversity of thought, more encouragement by the parents and different things like that. But before, you really only seeing basketball and, being some type of musician or comedian or something like that, So
there's nothing wrong with those jobs.
You said what?
Nothing wrong with those jobs.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. No, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, we just need a few more Michael Jordans and some Dale Demps. Yeah, we do. I'm not. No. You see, that's the problem. Stop. I'm not talking about Michael Jordan, the basketball player. I'm talking about Michael Jordan, the owner.
The owner.
Okay, well, I agree with that part. I agree with that.
All right, don't just ask me.
But that ownership's gonna
for.
come within ourselves.
But
Somebody
okay,
needs
so
somebody needs to be creating a CWBA basketball. That was sound like a basketball league.
Well, he already working on that. That's why the big three is just to start. Don't worry about it. Big three is just to start. Or better. Nah, but okay. So, but what I'm saying though, okay. So, but let's really critique the plan though. You know, like what about the plan is so egregious that you would say I can't support it? Out, like take the government out of it and just look at that. Oh, so, but that's not the details of the plan though. Like the government is providing. Let's just use for the government is providing assistance. Let's just say that, right? It doesn't take away the details of the plan because it was outlined before it was presented to the government. So what I'm saying,
but it was presented for the government.
Okay. So
it wasn't presented for the people.
So you saying
he can't take it. He can't take
Ice
it.
Cube should have. You saying Ice Cube should have went on TV and been like, all right, black people, I got a plan. Holla at me. I'm gonna go at 9:00 Eastern time, and I'm gonna present a plan to black people. That what you saying?
I mean, but he has been trying to he's been allegedly he had a little bit of it a couple years ago, and he's been working with other people, and that's why it's like 200 plus pages now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but everything,
the last couple of years. But and
everything
he's been trying to put it towards people, but people like black people ain't been paying attention.
Everything should be for
brushing them off.
Everything should be for the people. No one, I don't subscribe to tribalism. I believe tribalism is part of the reason that's going to cut off a lot of your capital because you got a lot of Negroes out here that are assuming. Like this episode of Fresh Prince where the coach come in, he said, why are you late? And the dude come in, he say, well, I assumed so. He said something like, I assumed. He said assumptions. He said, when you make assumptions, you look like an ass and the up will shine you. Yeah, it's stupid. No. But y'all know what they say. You make an ass out of you and me. Yeah. We making assumptions, man. We making assumptions, man, and we don't know people individually. We don't know people individually, so that's a lot of things that's, it's you gotta. I understand. Yes, black people are owed something. We are owed, but it can't be given to you. The same people these people haven't changed, man. They've just up there.
Are you saying the people that took it from you can't be the ones to give it to you?
They're not gonna.
That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They've just all they've done is
they gave it to everybody else though.
Oh, yeah. It's tough, man. I really got to look into the different agreements that they have. Yeah. But because they give it to everybody else. They send millions of dollars over to Israel. So that's what I'm saying. I hope Ice Cube gets what he wants. I hope it happens, but it won't be what's gonna sending some shit over to Israel, man. They still working stuff. That's money that's over in Israel. You know what I'm saying? That's not flowing through our economy and things like that. It's kind of different going, with dealing with us. And like saying, this is for people who know with money, because there's going to be a lot of people. What are you talking about? That's money. What are you talking about, nigga? We want money. You know what I'm saying? This conversation is about for people who understand what money is. There has to be some type of payment. I know it's come, Indians have received, reservations. There's all type of different funding. I'm gonna have to look deeper and see, what goes into their different contracts with, within the, the reparations that, other groups have received. I'm gonna have to look deeper into that to see, but I just don't believe that, giving us, I don't think I don't think it's the answer, giving black folks the money. I don't think that's the answer, man. Because, like I said,
so who the fuck they gonna give it to? If they ain't giving it to us, who the hell they gonna give it to?
yeah, they got some money in their shit, man. Like I said, it's gotta be a lawsuit. It's gotta be a lawsuit. It's gotta come out of their pockets.
Nah, but you said that you said I don't think they should give the money to black people. Well, who the fuck they supposed to give it to then?
Well, there is no money. They don't have no.
Well,
that's the thing. That's the thing. They don't have money to give to us. Where are they getting money? They don't have no money to give to us. There's no money in reserve. There's no money in reserve. And those banks, those bankers and stuff out there, there's no money in reserve. There's nothing. There's no money to give to us. That's what I'm saying. So where's the money gonna come from?
Man, shoot, man, your damn grandma's damn pill jars. That's where they gonna come from.
Uncle Sam.
All they gonna do is circle that money right back around. It's gonna be out of your pockets.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be some money that they.
We gotta have some bingo tournaments, man.
you a damn fool. Or it's gonna be some more money that they inject into the economy. Like I said, for anybody that's watching this, if you, like I said, a lot of people are gonna disagree. Oh, wow, we need that money. Stay on your level.
I understand that, and I do understand.
Stay on your level,
You said what?
No, I was telling people. A lot of people ain't gonna understand this. I'm saying, stay on your level. You know what I'm saying? Try to, either understand it or just stay on your level. But you gotta know how money. You gotta know how money even works. Like I said, they don't have money. They don't have money to give to us. They don't have $500 billion just sitting around in some reserve to where they say, okay, yeah, well, let's go ahead.
They can just make it. Simple.
It has to come from somewhere, huh?
I said basically they can just make it. That's all they've been doing. That's all they've been doing.
Exactly. And when
but that's not what they said though. That's not what they said either.
So what are they saying?
They said access. That's all they said. They didn't say anything about giving you anything. They said access.
That's
all they said.
Well, I was referring more to reparations,
because of that point. Because of the point you just made, they don't have any money to give us, but they can give you access to where they get money from.
So what does access look like? Outside of the points that I brought up when you're talking about access, what does access even look like? We cut off, like I said, we cut off our own capital when we alienate people because hey, old colonizer, you know what I'm saying? We don't know this motherfucker from a can of paint, but we see he's white and he said, your people enslaved our people. We don't even know if our people, and I'm talking about us individually, we don't even know if our ancestors were slaves or whatnot. What part did our ancestor play? Yeah, you raised your hand, Randy, because you may know. You know that your ancestors played, but not every Negro knows his ancestors. A lot of people, it's been lost within time. So we don't even know what part was played within that. Now, if you want, like I said, you want to bring up.
What do you mean? What part was played?
What part that they played? You know that there was slave owners who were black back then, right? They partook.
Oh yeah, they got the concept of slavery from black people.
But I'm talking about just here in America.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
America, there were slave owners. It wasn't just you black, you slaves. It was a business. We were looked at as
wealthy black.
People who were slaves. They were looked at as property. They were looked at as property. There were black slave owners back then. So we don't know what part.
Who?
We just assume every Negro was a slave. There was a lot of free folks. There was a lot of free men back then. People, they called them free men. There was a lot of folks who weren't slaves. Black folks walking around. They weren't slaves.
So saying there was black dudes in America walking around beating the shit out of other black dudes.
I don't know if beating the shit. Not every slave owner was beating the shit out of their
But that's not what I'm saying. So you saying the definition of slavery, so you saying it's just built around the whole concept of property is what you're saying? Like Wow. I learned something every goddamn day. I did not know that.
There's all type of slavery.
No, I know. I'm
Well,
just
we're in debt. We're in debt slavery right now. But the traditional.
I had no idea.
Chattel.
I had no idea about that. I'm gonna have to
Oh
look that up.
Just take a look at the chattel slavery. Matter of fact. Oh, there's a perfect guy. I didn't even think of this, and I haven't been watching his videos a lot. But Dane Calloway, y'all know about Dane Calloway? He's been doing a lot, exposing that a lot of the guys who took part in the trade and everything, a lot of them, black folks.
Whoa. No, but wait a minute. Because I do understand that concept. But you're talking about on American soil?
On American soil.
Huh. Okay. I'm gonna have to do some research on that because I don't know if I can vibe with that one.
Take a look at it.
But I'll do more research. I don't know if I can vibe with that one. So give us the plan though, man. I want to know if the CWBA WAP.
I keep giving you the plan. You're not catching it.
What's the plan, man?
The plan is
sue the government. Sue the government.
Help me.
That'd be the best. As far as CWA, that'd be the only. If you're talking about getting it, it'd be a law. It'd be through a lawsuit. It won't be through. We need assistance, this and that, and the government. We have $500 billion to put into doing this and that. Because, like I said, even them having $500 billion to create the opportunities, where is the $500 billion coming from? You know what I'm saying? Where's it coming from? It's taxpayers.
Big Pharma.
Huh?
Big Pharma.
That too. Drug dealers. Big drug dealers. So it just the money just doesn't pop up. Money just doesn't pop up out of no. If anything, they should make black folks tax free, tax exempt. So everybody should be tax exempt, really. So I don't even want to push that narrative because should nobody be paying taxes. But let's just go on. Let me dip down to everybody else's level.
So
people should be tax exempt. Black folks should be tax exempt, man.
Yeah, that would be helpful. That'd be helpful. I got a lot of kids. That'd be extremely helpful.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be extremely helpful. That'd be extremely helpful. But like I said, I don't want everybody should be tax exempt. So we should be in it fighting for the freedom. We should be fighting for the freedom of everybody. So I don't even want to push that because that would be hypocritical to everything that I stand for and everything that I preach. But so does
the plan for Black America, King Corey, Nagus Corey. Does the plan for Black America, should it be centered around group economics?
Should it be centered around group economics? What do you mean?
Should the plan for Black America, Black people to rise from a financial literacy, should it be built around group economics?
I mean, I'm under the impression that's what it is built under. Are you talking about, to be able to have that access and then we start working because we have limited capital as far as Black people and spending dollars and things like that? So, I think that's Ice Cube's made it pretty clear that that's what he wants, and that's what's been being talked about for the longest, is group economics.
So you saying instead of so you saying that he shouldn't have presented nothing to the government, that he should have presented it to Black people and said, hey, we're going to work towards group economics to build up our race. We're not going to be dependent on the government to provide any level of resource for us.
Oh, niggas been doing that.
No, but I'm saying though, is that what it should be?
Yeah.
Because we can't poke holes in whatever we're reading if we don't have a solution to it. I mean, we can poke holes in it, but until we have a viable solution, like that's why I'm saying, if his plan is not the way to go, then what's the way to go? Is it through group economics? Is it through, pulling our children out of the public education system and providing a different type of educational system for them to thrive in, where instead of going to shit, give me a bullshit ass class that people take in school. Handwriting. No, you need to learn how to cook. Handwriting. When everybody uses computers, what the fuck is hand? I mean,
well, I'll say this, and like I said, like everybody should be tax exempt. But let's just go into, like I said, we're playing everybody else's game, and taxes are a part of doing your part in society, all that shit. So if anything, there should be no taxes because they do whatever the hell they want to do, but there should be something to where, all these arbitrary taxes that are put upon American people is supplemented into instead making that happen. Making that happen, making sure there's some money set aside, just like, Indians should be able to get whatever they getting. Black people should be able to get whatever they're getting, it's got to be set aside. It's got to be set aside for that. But we have so many different, fucking websites. Fucking websites, man, cost about billions of dollars. You remember the Obamacare website? That itself cost $5 billion, man.
I never been.
It's called digital real estate. It's called digital real estate.
Different stuff like that.
So should the plan only include black people?
Black people got to get something.
Yeah, we got to get something.
We got to get something. We got to get something.
That's not what I said. See, that's not what I said. Listen, what I'm saying. I said only include black people.
Okay, so are we saying black Americans or just black people in general?
No, it shouldn't. No, yeah, because I have to. You asking some good questions, and it's challenging me. Wish I had more people sit up there talking to me, but no, it shouldn't. It should be for everybody. If you're talking about just money, and closing the gap, then yeah. But like I said, that's not, dealing with the government. I don't see that. Yeah, it should be. It's got to be some payment. It's got to be some form of payment. You had government putting laws specifically because of your skin color. They sponsored that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's got to be something. It's got to be a repayment to black people.
But what you saying?
I guess what I'm saying is, as far as the economic plan, I wouldn't create an economic plan for, it's just only black people involved and we over here and y'all stay over here, because like I said, that cuts off your capital, it cuts off your possibilities. Okay. But yeah, I if that's what you're aiming for, and you're aiming for reparations, something to be repaired, then yeah, it has to be for that particular thing. It's not no people of color. It's not no, you know what I'm saying? Like my boy Claude Anderson says, Dr. Claude Anderson says, it ain't for gays, people with one eye, a person with a cleft foot. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It ain't specifically for black people. It has to be set aside. So no, that's a good question.
But if we're going to be non-dependent on government, why should we ever care about reparations?
Yeah.
That's the question that I will pose. Because I have to assume that Antonio Moore and all those guys would say we need to stop depending on government. But if we stop depending on government, which is who took all this shit from us, we never gonna get repayment anyway. Yeah. So why are we chasing it?
And here's another way to look at it.
That's a good point.
I saw a post that your brother had posted earlier.
I got a brother.
About competition. I saw your response, and I understand what you were saying. I understand what you were saying, and that's, yes, competition does bring the best, but there was also very, very viable sides to what he shared. He didn't say it, but he shared it. And
I understood it. Like I understood.
Let me show you where I'm going with this. So a lot of people lose sight of what they have right in front of them, and you start focusing on competition. No, I understand 100% what you were saying. Yeah, I understand 100% what you were saying. But like when you're talking about something like this, see, you're not. we lose focus on what we've got. And so now, like you said, we're trying to close the wealth gap. And yeah, there is a huge wealth gap. It's unfair, but a lot of that comes. We can do a lot of that if we just learn how to come together and accept each other. As long as a person's not doing direct harm to a person. I'm not saying indirect harm. I said direct harm because I could be selling. Like I said, a person selling drugs should not be illegal. That is life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. But it can indirectly hurt a person because, the stuff in drugs is bad for your body. But you can say the same thing for Mickey D's. You can say the same thing. You can say the same thing. You can say the same thing for the brother that's out there selling that greasy ass barbecue on the corner. You know what I'm saying? But he's not right to capital. It's not directly hurting the person, and it's a mutual transaction. So we got to get out of these different things that have us split up, especially the ideologies, and we just sit up there parroting everything that we hear on TV. A lot of that will remedy the things. That's why you heard me, y'all heard me talking about ADOS, and then I kind of went away from that. I love what they do. I love their fight, but it's not the way to go. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to say, oh, so when you ask me, do I support them? It's hard for me to say, oh, no, I don't support them. No, because I love what they do. I love what they're trying to do. I love, and they're doing what a lot of people don't want to do, is try to create a solution to a problem.
Right. That's why I said
I will always support that.
And that's why I wasn't attacking Cube.
Yeah.
I was saying I was just attacking his plan or the supposed plan.
Yeah,
I would never attack Cube because you're 1,000% right. You know what I'm saying? You're 1,000% right. He's coming to the table with solutions.
But what you're seeing.
Go ahead.
What was you gonna say? No. What you're seeing is a lot of, but that's what you're seeing. No, I know exactly that's not what you're doing. There's so many people. That's what we're
attacking him.
Oh,
Cooning. They did
it. Those are the damn coons.
They did it to Steve Harvey. I won't speak on Kanye West because I'm just not going to speak on Kanye West. But any black person that has a seat at the table with Donald Trump, they do. They are with the coon card. And I think that's unfair. Regardless.
If that was the case, all these cats going in to clock in every damn day, y'all all coons. Coons. If y'all went and punched in the clock, y'all coon. If that's the case, if Steve Harvey, if what's his name, Kanye, if what's his name, if Ice Cube is a coon for even speaking with Donald Trump or trying to create a contract, y'all are all coons.
Because they came after Jim Brown.
Because y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. What? Y'all don't know nothing about y'all bosses. Y'all don't know nothing about y'all bosses, but y'all don't care because y'all know that money is a contract. It's a contract. They have a job that in their contract, they're supposed to have whatever amount of money that you signed off for. Yeah. There's so much. Oh man, there's so much going into that. Even when, we talking about just everything that this whole left side is talking about. Like I said, I'm not a right supporter. I'm not a right wing guy.
But we gotta get away from that though, because we even have to get away from saying left and right.
No, but liberal. The reason why we have to do that is the same reason that we identify as, we're black is just a construct that they use. You know what I'm saying? It's not really
correct.
Black, things like that. But we have to be able to identify what the damn problem is. We have to identify.
What the hell that got to? Why can't you just say opposite?
What?
Why you got to say left wing, right wing? Why you can't just say opposite?
What do you mean opposite?
Because
they're not opposite.
They pot down.
They're not. What do you mean? Now, both left wing and right wing are both opposite to how I move. But how am I going to be able to identify they identify with a
Yeah, I
certain
guess
ideology.
I see what you.
So I have to call it out like that, so it can be understood exactly who I'm talking to. So you don't go over here talking about right wing, this and that, this and no. I'm identifying the issues that y'all bring up and start talking about. Free rent, putting it in the government's hands to where they have to force. You remember when they talking about forcing landlords and stuff to free rent and different stuff like that.
You have to so basically what you're talking
free
about,
mortgage, no mortgage, cancel mortgage.
Basically
left ring or a white ring, chicken wings.
So basically, what you were saying, they what the whole thing was if you sign a contract with the government, you won't have to worry about paying rent or whatever. You don't have to worry about paying rent, but nobody, like, the government has the right to put your property as a Section 8 property.
Yeah.
And you truly have no right to kick anybody out of your property. And it doesn't matter how bad the tenant was, but basically they have to stay in the property as long as they want. And you can't kick them out.
Totalitarianism. So that keeps people from even honoring a contract.
Well, can I get that check though? Can I get that check? Hey, if you're gonna label my shit Section 8, can I get the government check for Section 8?
But yeah, that keeps people from even honoring the contract and then putting it in the government's hands and saying, yeah, you have to allow that person to stay there and things like that. So how is the person who's the homeowner or the property owner, how are they going to make money?
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a lot of sleazy ones around here that ain't doing right, but we can't go with that assumption and saying every single one of them is sleazy. That's what we tend to do. We say, oh, they're property owners and they got money and this and that, and so screw them. Screw them. It's just, it's just little stuff like that. And I'm talking about contracts. Contracts. So we gotta. That's what I'm saying. A lot of this left. I have to say left wing because it sounds like I'm talking the same way that, a lot of those right wing guys talk, and they talk about left wing, but I don't have to convince a lot of people that one side is the bad guys. But you people that are, what I'm saying, especially as black folks, and a lot of black women, they latch on to that left wing type of ideology. And like I said, it jades them. It's built within emotionalism, and it jades their it's not just black ones, but I noticed it's a lot of them. It's a whole lot of them, lot of them that fucking latch on to that ideology. You know what I'm saying? I just brought an example when talking about, like I said, the way Q's been getting attacked. First of all, that old not just black women, because that old pork chop eating
Roland Martin.
Some bitch
Roland
Martin, yeah, old pork chop eating bastard. That fool up there on way he attacked. And Q sit up there. Q,
what's wrong with pork chops, Corey?
Q, man. Q was sit up there, man, talking about, you're not worried about all this, Q's talking about the contract, you know what I'm saying? And whoever's got it, they want to enter that contract so for them to get it done, so they can get those funds and get those opportunities for Black Americans. But they keep coming with these crazy things that have nothing to do with, well, Trump said this and that, and he said, what did he say? The Proud Boys and this and that. Like, Q, like, that has nothing to do with a contract. And that's what I'm talking about when people go to their job and they enter in the contract that they have. You have a contract that you signed that you have to honor, and the employer has to honor the other side. And that's it, for your benefit. We can deal with the other stuff later, but this stuff has nothing to do with that. We need ours. That's what Cube is saying. And so he keeps going to these platforms. He went there, and then I just watched the one on Fox Soul on Fox Soul with Lisa Ray, and I won't say it was her. Lisa Ray was more respectful, but y'all remember Selena Johnson? Selena Johnson was the one who sung "When It All Falls Down," the one that was on Kanye's song. Selena Johnson, Vivica A. Fox, what's the other girl? I forget her name.
No karaoke night.
Cute girl, but I forget her damn name. But yeah, they all up there, man, and they just, show total disrespect to Cube. Show total disrespect to Cube. Start talking about, but kids in cages, and and stuff like this, and it's like
after Cube gave them a role in the movie. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And not only act like that. No, I don't even want to say that they were just responding like that. They come with that old attitude and talking over him. And it's shameful. Y'all have to see this. It's one of the most shameful things I've ever heard. Also, they sat up there and said, one thing I noticed is there's nothing in the contract for Black women. And Cube was like, what? Like, he said, man, everything he said,
that just pissed me off. I'm ready to go.
He said, Black people are Black women. Black people and Black women, that's what we're talking about for everybody. They said, oh, no. They all erupted at the same time. Oh, no, that's not it. No, they're up there fighting. They say there has to be something specifically for the Black woman within the contract for all Black people. But that's a whole nother argument right there. Like I said, that type of mindset, they feeding into everything that's been taught.
Nah, you know what though? Uh-huh. But what is part of a contract though? Part of a contract is negotiation. Right?
But
so let me make this point right quick though. Make this point right quick. All I'm simply saying is, okay, what are you asking for?
Yeah, okay.
What are you asking for?
Because he can't speak for all Black people. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you asking for? Like, okay, that's a valid question because it is a valid question. You know what I'm saying? So what are you asking for?
And I'm in the middle of it because I didn't get to at that far we started the show. But it was mad. But I'm gonna see if they actually asked. I'm gonna see if they actually addressed that. But even within that, they didn't even get to that point. They all just erupted and they got into, it sounds like they're about to go into the whole like I said, the whole Black woman has been oppressed, the most unprotected species. Bullshit rhetoric.
They would probably just say Black women are the most unprotected species in America. That's what they would say.
Which is the lie.
But I think, if you had to know that was coming. Like if he didn't think for 5 seconds that wouldn't come out of some Black woman's mouth.
I really did not expect that to ever come out. No, I didn't expect that. No.
Really?
There's a lot of Black women that'll listen to that and say, "No, that's BS." There's a ton of Black women that'll look at that.
It don't make them wrong. It don't make them wrong for asking. Though, is what I'm saying. It doesn't make them wrong for asking. It doesn't matter how they respond to it. You just have to respond back.
Yeah.
Like if they come out and they flipping out like, you gotta hook us up too. You gotta have something in there for the sister.
But a lot of that plays into that's the whole Willie Lynch. That's the whole Willie Lynch mentality, right?
But then say that though. Yeah. That's my whole point. Like you can't say that if somebody has a stupid question or a stupid response, I should return with the same type of fire. No, hold to your standards and say, hey, that's a Willie Lynch mentality, man. Let's not talk about that right now. I validate your concern. Let's talk about that at another time because that's a loaded question.
Oh, well, Cube did more than that.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely interested.
Cube did more than that. Like I said,
because we need to.
Cube was respectful the whole time. So
we need to watch that and do a breakdown.
That's no indictment on. That's no indictment because those four don't speak for Black women. So that was just them. That was
they do.
No, they do. No, they don't. They speak for themselves. They're trash.
They're trash. That's that. Now we can't do that. They do speak for a sector of Black women. Whether they're right or wrong doesn't mean they don't speak for a sector of black women.
A sector, but they don't speak for all black women. They're not a mono.
But Cube don't speak for all black dudes though.
I know.
That doesn't mean we can't support the progress.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We the minute we start attacking each other is the minute that somebody else come in and do the cleanup job. They just go finish it off.
And that's what I'm dealing with. The attack. It's all attack. It's all attack. It's all attack. It's the same. Now I will say they speak for, here it goes again, the left wing talking point. This is all that it all falls under to all of that. It all falls
y'all like
under.
My shirt tonight, people. For all my viewers, y'all like my shirt tonight. I wore the plaid for y'all viewers.
But like I said, it's shameful. Only things Negroes should be focused on is the contract part. All this talking about, there was kids in cages and y'all know Obama did the same damn thing. They brought that up talking about, he put kids in cages and he didn't denounce the other side, and who gives a damn? And Obama, like I said, Obama did the same damn thing. He had
not necessarily. Oh,
yes, he did.
No. I would no, and I'm sorry, I said that at the wrong point in your statement. So I wasn't talking about that portion of it. What I'm saying is character does go into play when you talk about doing business with somebody. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say. Character does go into play.
That's what I'm saying. But you got to have that same energy. Does your character go into play when do y'all go looking for, y'all go sit up here, y'all know how Amazon gets down, but think of how many Negroes are still going to apply to Amazon. Think of how many Negroes, not even just applying to Amazon to work there. Think of how many Negroes still buy from Amazon. We know how Jeff Bezos gets down. You still buy from Amazon. So what is it? You know what I'm saying? It's so you got to have that same exact energy. You sit up there going job hunting and things like that, or you sit up there looking into the character of the person. And if you found out, would you quit your job today? You found out about the character of that person. Would you quit your job? A lot of things that you don't do. A lot of people don't like the owners, don't even like them. Don't like a whole bunch of different parts of the job, but they know the bills got to get paid, and so they're not going to break their contract that they entered into. People want to sit up there and talk about, it's slavery, you know what I'm saying, and working a job is slavery. It's a contract. It's a contract. You agree to that amount of money. If you want something different, start working with each other. Let's get with somebody. A lot of people, you start dealing with independence and stop dealing with corporations, and we all start to play our part. There's a lot more money that can be offered to you when those jobs are created. A lot more money that are better and more competitive than the corporation. Especially if y'all, like I said, stop allowing them to start because they're a millionaire. They deserve to have 60% of their taxes paid. That's your money that you could be getting. So you can work with somebody that you like, and somebody have something that's better instead of working for, job that don't give a damn about you. So
just make that part of the contract. Yeah, I'm good with that. Go ahead and take 60 from them. Let me get some now.
Man, get your ass Man, I ain't got nothing. Well, we went for a good minute tonight. We about
yeah. Nah, you know what? Here's what I want to do, man. For real. Here's what I want to do. Let's take the opportunity to watch that video, that interview. I'll say interview in full detail. And let's come back and evaluate it, because I really truly think that we need to. If Cube doesn't speak for all Black people, or any of those 4 women don't speak for all Black women, then we need to start poking holes and providing solutions to whatever we don't agree with, right? Because I can say, I don't support Cube's plan. Okay, well, what would you change? Well, I don't know what I would change. Then why shouldn't we just roll with Cube? Because at least he got a plan. Like those are the things that, especially Black people, that's where we fall victim is, there is no alternative plan. Like nobody's presenting anything else, or at least it's falling on deaf ears. maybe it's falling on deaf ears. That's a possibility as well, and so, I think that
I already gave you my plan.
yeah, you did. You said sue the government.
Yes, sue. It's got to be through a lawsuit, and like I said, even within that, because like I said, when I'm bringing.
Are we gonna use
foresight? I'm bringing through foresight, and there's got to be steps, and there's got to be things that even got to be understood within that solution. Sue the government, but understand that you still may not even get what you're looking for within doing that, because you are dealing with a corrupt entity.
So why sue?
Huh?
Why sue?
I mean, you gotta at least try.
Why sue? You gotta at least try. Okay. Can we use the money? Can we use the money from the 60% to pay for the lawsuit though? Because I only got 5 on it right now. Or maybe if I black.
As far as that, but like I said, as far as that,
we have a structure of business.
We
have the structure already there.
Yeah, we've got it. We've got what we need when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, our money that we need. It's just like I said, it's just up to the citizens to say that we want to take advantage of what we got here in America, instead of falling into propaganda. We sit up there and say, hey, you can't take taxes from me. You can't take taxes from me. But we just all just moving on along, you know what I'm saying, moving on along, going with each other, and shit, man. Once shit gets digital, man. Once shit gets digital, y'all better pray. Y'all better pray it don't. Y'all better pray, because the second it goes digital, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing, because you don't control the numbers, no nothing. They can tax you any type of way that they feel like. Y'all better figure out your own form of currency. I don't have that solution on what that is, but my solution is the thought has to be started. We have to start brainstorming and start figuring it out.
Hey, I got the printer. Y'all putting in on that.
Hey, it's that easy. It's that damn easy. It is that damn easy. Figure out your own form of currency, and it has to be some way, because it's a way that it's used. Currency is used to, you know what I'm saying, to regulate the market and different things like that. So it's man, it's so damn, like, even when you start talking about stuff like that, it is extremely. It is something that is complicated. Isn't even the word to begin with. Complicated isn't it? That doesn't even begin to describe what it would take to get that going. But it has to. But the foot has to be. It has to start with the thought. It has to start with. We have to start having this conversation and understanding the money that we're dealing with, the laws that we're dealing with, different things like that. Even if just deal with the laws that we have to begin with.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about shit like, Declaration of Independence, Constitution, Bill of Rights, man, them dudes left the house for months, sometimes years, just having conversations about all this.
Yeah.
It wasn't even in their homes. They come home, bang up their wife, have a baby.
Yeah,
and be like, yeah, I gotta go back to New York now.
It's an arduous task, but like I said, a lot of people aren't gonna be invested in something, especially the mindset that we have today. A lot of people just aren't gonna be emotionally invested in something to where they're not seeing direct gain from. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree with that. But
not direct gain.
Would it be wrong?
Hey, what am I getting out of this? What am I getting out of this? Well, you'll be able to see securing the future of your children.
Would it be wrong to take the power structure away from the people that have it now and recreate it with another group? Is that just doing the same thing that they do?
Basically.
Let me answer this question. So you're talking about the power structure that they have.
The power structure that's in place right now. Let's say a group of people.
You talking about?
Go ahead.
If we were to take, are you referring to, like, say, I'm going off of the Bill of Rights, and I say this Bill of Rights is the law of the land? But you're talking about things that are. See, because the Bill of Rights are self-evident, and it goes further than the Bill of Rights. It's just whatchamacallit, it's God-given, it's your God-given right. Now, if a person wants to have sovereignty, that's what the Bill of Rights give. It gives you the option to have sovereignty, which allows these different states to do what they do, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't, it allows the different states and things like that. So you can administer whatever you want to do, but understand that, if a person comes with that argument like, yo, this is my God-given right to be able to have property, even above your law, this stuff supersedes just law. And what the Bill of Rights are, like I said, those enforce God-given right, creator endowed rights. That's what that enforces. So if you're sitting up there, if a person has that argument, it's going to be tough for you to even combat against that, because who are you? What gives you the jurisdiction over this person to say how they should defend themselves, what they should be able to fight for? You know what I'm saying?
So, but if you have chaos and all that individualism, where's the order?
Huh?
If you said if there's chaos. If you have that type of chaos, that's what it would be considered, a level of chaos, then where's the order?
Where's the order? That is the order.
That is the chaos is the order?
No. No. It's not chaos. It's just individualism.
Okay.
Let people live their own life. Okay. It's that simple. Is it chaos for a certain person to live their own life? Lauren, you want to live how you want to live? You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not doing something that's directly harming a person, which is, what I'm saying, dealing with their belongings, stealing, what I'm saying, in the various type of ways which your government does. But like I said, stealing, killing, different things like that directly harm a person, but you're able to live your life the way that you want to live it. Do you call that chaos? You call that chaos?
I just want you to be my friend, Corey.
Like I said, can that be looked at?
No. Okay. So can there be order in individualism, or is that individualized?
Yeah, there's order in individualism. Yes.
But the order is individualized.
No, the order is when we start dealing with things that are natural. Things that are natural law. Order is in natural law. There's already order that's put in place. And that's where creator comes in, that a belief in creator, right? Creator endowed rights. Just like we believe in things like gravity. You know damn well, there's law, there's natural law. You know damn well if you jump off a bridge and land head first onto some concrete, your shit gonna bust everywhere. You're gonna be all over the pavement, right? That's order. That's order. That's nature. That's natural law.
What if I wear a helmet?
Hey, then it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna affect that in some type of way. You just gonna have a broken. Your helmet gonna be everywhere, and then you gonna hit your head.
And your head gonna be everywhere. You
gonna be dead. But it may not be as bad. But like I said, that's order. That's order, and it's something that is self-evident. It is evident. You know what I'm saying? In nature's law. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Life brings order within itself. A person should be able to defend themselves. They should be able to have the freedom of speech, different things like that. All type, they should be able to, and then even with the person who commits the crime, they should be able to have due process. There's just different things like that to be able to defend themselves.
Okay. We'll be on here all night because I got. We'll
be on there all night.
I would like to ask a question about that one, but we could say that for another time.
Yeah.
I mean, you say due process, but who's in charge of administering the due process?
Right.
I get it. Yeah,
that comes from the sovereignty of the people. That comes from
the sovereignty of the people.
Yeah, the sovereignty of the people, the nation, different things like that.
I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to really, truly, because I think it's important for not only Black people, but I just think it's important for our people to understand like this Cube's plan, all right, let's really start like ripping this apart. And I mean, you said it was 200 pages, Randy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of reading, but we need to we need to break it down. We need to we got to create the cliff notes for it.
Yeah,
because that's the only way we're going to get the people's attention. Now, eventually, you can start breaking it down in more detail, but you at least have to give them a summary of what's in there. To be able to give them something to, to provide a base, a foundational base for a conversation. And I think it's important for our people to really look at it because economically, we would be an idiot to be like for us, by us, us only. Idiots, like straight up. Being honest, we don't represent a large enough sector of the population to be able to get away with that. We just don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's important for us to really break this down. I think we should break down the nuance of that conversation that he had with those four ladies because I think that's extremely telling.
One more thing before you say, when you say for us bias, what do you mean? Because Asians are a small part of the population, and they have access to, different reasons, but we'll just say they have access to more capital than us.
But they also practice a different. They also practice a different way of economics in general.
Yep. They don't just leave it to, hey, we're just dealing with us and we'll keep everything. They keep stuff in house when it comes to their gains. But when you're talking about,
their products and their services are for everybody.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Their supplies, they have supplies and goods that are for everybody. So it creates a market.
Black people.
Huh? You said what? What'd you say, Pop?
I said actually they just for black people.
You said just for black people. Yeah, a lot of hair products and shit, man.
Talking shit.
They got all the stores, man. It's
But and that's where I think when people talk about competition, right? I think it goes back to that though. Like you can't be mad at Asians for capitalizing on the market because they see an opportunity. Like you can't be mad. All you can do is say, wait a minute, let me get in on the market share. I look like the product that is.
That's what everybody does. That's what everybody does.
Except
you see everybody got OnlyFans. Just like I showed y'all that chick. I took that screenshot of the chick sitting up there talking about how capitalism is bad, but she has OnlyFans in her Twitter profile. It's just people don't even understand what capitalism is. So no, it's an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's an opportunity. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with person doing OnlyFans if that's how they feel. Free market, and somebody wants to pay that. Go for it. It's not. It has no moral base, and it's not up to me. I leave what's wrong and right to the creator.
Yeah, man. My final words before we bounce out of here, man, is everybody, I got a little bit of homework for y'all. Look up Bretton Woods. There is going to be a new Bretton Woods coming pretty soon. And also the same, man. Thank you, everybody that's been rocking with us for the last pass. It's been a while. But yeah, man. So what I need you guys to do is make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell a friend about Word on the Ave, man. Grit Sports Media, Lojo Speaks. Lauren just had his first episode for his podcast. Lauren, go ahead and explain to them what they will get with that podcast.
And the fatherhood, man. I think fatherhood had a great response to the first one. So I appreciate y'all tuning in live. Appreciate y'all that tuned in later. Shared it in your circles. This Sunday will be episode 2. I ain't even gonna give nothing out. Episode 2 this Sunday, 9 p.m. Gotta be ready.
All right, man. And also, man, Grit Culture. Corey, what did you got for Grit Culture for us on YouTube? And on Facebook, I believe.
We got some stuff coming. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
All right, and also, man, unofficial referees. The latest episode dropped today. I got to do a re-up episode tomorrow. But so stay tuned. So stay on the lookout for that. Also, man, I did drop another video on the YouTube page, which is Three Pyramids Network. So stay on the lookout for all everything that we're doing, man. With all that being said, we are out, man. Peace.